Sky Squad, we are back in the building, and baby, we got to talk about this Xscape drama. Now, I would have been with y'all earlier today, but I had an interview to do. Now, when y'all see this interview tomorrow, okay, y'all are gonna get the answer to some questions, that we have for the ladies of Married to Medicine. And let me tell you, it does not disappoint. Okay. So be sure to tap in at 11 a.m. tomorrow because it's going down. All right. The tea will be spilled. That's all I'm gonna say. Meanwhile, let's get into this Xscape thing because this is kind of crazy. So it's two parts to this story. We're gonna get into what Latasha is exposing about the group. We're talking stylist confusion, allegedly. We're talking promoters, making all kinds of, threats. It's crazy, okay? So let's get into it. So after all the scuttlebutt, let's get into what Latasha had to say about the thing, okay? So Latasha posted this message about 20 hours ago on her Instagram stories. And she basically tells her side of the story of exactly what's been going down with Xscape and why she is so upset, okay? So she says, first off, I'd like to apologize to all the fans. It's so unfortunate that I have to tell my truth this way. However, in this new space, I won't be silenced by who has the bigger following. And in this case, I'm assuming she may mean Kandi and or Tiny, okay? She says, if I don't say anything, I'm dragged. And if I do say something, I'm dragged. So here it goes. Me having my own stylist initially came when the group was at odds with the original stylist about being overcharged. Okay. So I'm not sure who the original stylist was. Was that Jeremy, who we know Kandi typically works with, or was that someone else? All right. She says the group as a whole felt a way about it. Okay. So I'm not sure who that was. Maybe the original stylist means someone else. So then she says, so when they decided to use him again, I'm assuming then this must be Jeremy, but I could be wrong. She says, I had already made the decision to work with someone else to avoid the confusion. We've done 3 shows together that my stylist styled me and the other ladies wore looks by their stylist, which were all in sync, just like the performance look from the awards. Let me see if I can pull up the performance looks from the awards. Yes, this is the performance look from the awards. So she's saying that her stylist, if you look, she's off to the far right. She does definitely look in sync with the ladies here. And then here she is, though, on the red carpet. To me, it kind of works. I mean, I just feel like sometimes it's great to throw in like a color that kind of gives a dynamic, but you would probably in that instance want 2 of the ladies to have a different color combination. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments down below because your boy is colorblind. So I could be all off. Although I have done a lot of the color schemes in my background. So I ain't doing too bad, but that's just basic black. So I can't really take a lot of credit for that. Meanwhile, let me remove this alleged badge so y'all can read the entire thing. She says, then she goes on to say, my stylist and their stylist was in contact all week about the performance look. So I don't see how the same info wasn't shared for the carpet. Okay. Again, going back to this look right here. All right. It's amazing that all this has stemmed from red carpet looks, but it gets deeper. Okay. Deeper. She said, had any of my sisters, sister, you been on my mind. Listen, if you don't break out into song randomly, I don't know if we could be friends, okay? If you don't break, I mean, because I know y'all do it walking around the house. Meanwhile, she said, "Had any of my sisters come to my defense, it wouldn't have gone this far. Instead, they watch me get being dragged on the internet as if I'm the problem or this was done intentionally, which is untrue." So then she goes further and really gets into the deep stuff. Now, it's a couple of different layers here. Okay. She says, "The reason I'm not doing the tour is because the promoter the girls are on tour with threatened my husband's life." Now, how things get that far? Okay. Okay. She says the promoter was initially brought to the table by my husband for a few shows. How he go from your husband bringing him to the table to now they at odds with each other over their lives? Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. She says two of the ladies had the panorama on the show dates. So my sister and I'm assuming she's talking about Kandi and Tiny. Okay. So my sister and I performed alone in ATL and the other show we had to pull out of. That's where the deal went left over a situation that could have been resolved. So I'm assuming it was the pull out method, okay? The pull outerization of the shows where the deal went south. And let's take a look at how that could happen. That can happen any number of ways. Okay, the promoter, has been promoting the show, collecting the coins, then the ladies don't show up. How do you get the money back to the people? Are you going through Ticketmaster or is this going through the promoter's website? The promoter then has to refund the coins, or did the lady sign on? And even if they don't show up, they still get paid. It kind of boils down to contracts, but usually these types of things can be pretty resolved pretty easily, especially in light of the current health climate in the world. All right. So anyway, she says the promoter then referenced getting my husband's head touched. I ain't never heard that before. Okay. Have y'all heard that before? And she said, and me being a widow, would you have gone on tour with him? Now, so this is a very huge allegation right here. Okay. It is a very huge accusation that this promoter has been said that or referenced getting the husband's head touched upon. And I don't mean a haircut. Um, she says if that was any of their husbands, they definitely wouldn't have done the tour either, which I would have supported. Speaking of husbands, we're gonna talk about that in a minute too. Which she says I would have supported. Like I told them and management, I'm available for any dates that doesn't include that particular promoter. Okay. So clearly she may have maybe her husband is also managing her, but like I said yesterday, maybe they do have a separate group manager for all of them, which would make sense. So she's willing to do the shows, just not with that particular promoter. But then that gets into a little bit of a legal thing, wherein is she not fulfilling her end of the contracts, and will they be missing out on some coins? Is it a situation that the husband, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should she have shown up at the shows that she was obligated to show up at? Because there is a particular point where as an artist, if you are paid to be at a show, if your husband and the promoter not getting along, maybe your husband don't go. Okay, does your husband got to be there? I don't know, because do people, I mean, your spouse ain't always coming with you to work. So I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, because I could be looking at it all kinds of ways, because maybe she just felt like you know she I feel like I don't necessarily know what the right or wrong thing is. All I know is what the contract states. Okay. So y'all tell me. Meanwhile, she says, I choose family and loyalty over everything. But when my sister chose to disrespect our mother on a public platform, I literally couldn't stomach it, and we haven't spoken since. So my thing is, I need to find out, what did the sister, aka Tamika, I'm assuming, say about their mother, and where did she say it at? Is it on the ground? Because I tried to look it up. If y'all know, point a brother to it. Okay, point a brother to it. And then she says, I'm trusting that God will restore and bring my family back together. This just hurts. All right. So this is Latasha's side of the story. So let's take things over to Instagram at our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk. Got the tea, okay? The tea, the tea, the tea, the tea, the tea, and it is piping hot, okay? So over on the Instagram, okay, apparently, well, DJ A1, I'm assuming, posted this and said, apparently our group got the memo to wear the same colors. We go by the name of Captured, okay? So that's Todd, DJ A1. I am not sure who that person is in the photo. Let me see if I can go to DJ A1's page and find out. Let's go to the page. The DJ A1. Okay, I'm here on the page now. All right. It's Big Winston. So Big Winston is apparently a bodyguard. But I also see here that Big Winston is also, I'm assuming, married to Tamika, the sister. Maybe. I'm assuming that's her husband. Yeah, because he says my peace in a peaceful world. So if you go to his page, this man right here beside A1 is known as Big Winston. And don't look like you want to mess with Big Winston, okay? So here they are kind of poking fun at the whole situation. Now, Tiny chimed in and said, glad you ain't got a David Ruffin or a Flash in y'all group. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. So David Ruffin, for those of you guys who don't know, was kind of like, I don't want to say the lead singer of the Temptations. Was he the lead? He was the lead singer. But he was sort of kind of put out front in the group. Okay. He was the group's new front man from what I can read here. Okay. Now, apparently, he began to get most of the attention in the group, but it was also attributed to his alleged erratic behavior and usually attributed to white powder use, okay, that ended up drawing attention. He allegedly demanded certain privileges not afforded the other members of the group and wanted the group's name to be changed to David Ruffin and the Temptations, as had been done with Diana Ross and the Supremes. He was officially deemed out of control, and the band fired him in June 1968. So here we have, it seems as though Tiny is referencing Latasha, and I again, this is what I am taking from it. We'll put the alleged badge here, but the correspondence seems similar to me. It seems as though there's a likening to Latasha as the David Ruffin member of the group Xscape, gone rogue, wild and out, seeking the attention, trying to be the lead. And then she says, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. And then Kandi says, Major Girl is lonely at the top. Now, again, this could all be just fun and games and quotes from the movie. Okay. But you know, just in light of everything that's going on, it seems like it's all co-related. Can I say this? Bring on the Escapes show, please. I mean, bring it on home to me. Bring it, bring it. Bring it to Papa. Bring it, bring it. Bring it to Papa. Okay. For those of you guys who don't know, that's a reference to Green Light by Beyonce, but she says bring it to mama. But since we got the beard going, we're gonna say bring it to papa. How about bring it to daddy? Okay. Anyway, we want the show. All right. Bring it on, Bravo. Don't make us wait. Now is the time to drop the trailer. Drop the trailer today. Do I need to come down knocking up on the NBC Universal doors? Because if I do need to do it, I will. I will. In my professor outfit, like I got on today. All right. So, anyway, y'all, the story is going to continue to develop, and be sure to tap in, tune in, be turned on, because tomorrow it is going down. Okay. And you do not want to miss this interview. All right. So, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.